about the colors that go into a quilt or a pattern that you pick. Mm-hmm. Or there's just a little piece of you somewhere woven in that cloth. Yeah. From, this was an easy pattern. I loved it. And I did 5 more quilts and that just made me happy to, this was a hard quilt, but I kept at it and I kept ripping seams and I'd sew 2 more and rip 3 more. And, I fought with this quilt, but I won in the end and it looks great and I'm really happy for it. And
I feel like when I quilt sometimes it is kind of an emotional roller coaster. Do you feel that way sometimes? Like there is, the way you're describing it makes me feel like, there's one quilt that I've been battling for a couple of days now, and it finally we got to a space yesterday where I was like, this is quite lovely, but it did not feel that way for days. I don't think people appreciate the sort of emotional and mental anguish that goes into quilting sometimes.
I would agree with that, yes. But it is a piece of you, down from everything that you picked out to do with it to, the look at the end. Mm-hmm. It's all definitely you. So it's you pouring a piece of yourself out into the cloth and then giving it on to someone else with that love and caring and hoping, that love and caring then is translated through the cloth to their lives. And it is a lot because, the more that you wrap up in a quilt, the more comfortable you feel. And you do feel like that person is just giving you a nice big hug.
Yeah.
And that we need that so much today, that love passed from generation to generation.
It's very true. Well, this is I've had such a nice time chatting with you. I want to come play. You have a very nice setup there. We found a nice space to quilt, which is just really awesome.
Yes. I am very fortunate.
So how much time do you think you spend quilting?
I kind of go through spurts. Sometimes I will sit down and say, okay, I'm going to sit down at 9:00 and sew for an hour. And then when the hour is done, I will get up and walk away. Sometimes I just get lost in a project and I will start on a Friday night and, if Saturday, Sunday, comes around and it's Sunday night and I need it done, it'll be going through till midnight. And, but I just want to see that project done because that's just kind of how I set my mind to be. And we also have really cool times where we all get together. And again, it's really about community. We rent a space in Omaha, and for the President's Day weekend, we go and quilt, and we're up all night, or you can, go to bed. We rent out a center where, you can sleep when you want to or quilt when you want to. So like if you're up at 3:00 in the morning, you really want to get something done, you might have 2 or 3 other people quilting at 3:00 in the morning with you. And that is so fun. And they have one in October called Camp Wanna Make a Blankie. And so,
love it. It's amazing how much retreats play a role in the quilting community.
Yes.
And that it is groups, and there's if you don't have a group, you can go and take a class or whatever. But so many of these are people who know each other. They go off to quilt together. It's really interesting.
It is.
It's great.
So it comes and goes with what I can do, depending on if I need grades done or.
Yes.
IEPs written.
Yes. Well, I was, I had to grade, it's grading season, right? So, but I went into school very grudgingly to get my grades, to get my papers that the students had done. And there was a package there for quilting. And I thought, okay, well, this is a good reason to come in to get the papers. I'm not in such a cruddy mood anymore because there's a really awesome package here. So, yes, I have to bribe myself, grade 5 more papers and you can go quilt for a little while. So,
have you ever been to Paducah?
We're thinking about that. Have you been to Paducah?
Yes, one year my husband gave me a package and a class down there. and it was Frida Anderson, and it was like freestyle pressing art quilting, and it was so much fun. It was great, and you could walk into the museum anytime you wanted to get some fresh air or just view some of the quilts. And I think it was like 3 days, and just fun and phenomenal. The quilts were throughout the whole year, the quilts are just beautiful. But the classes were fun, and we met people from all across the United States. One lady she was coming out from New York, and she had a stipend that she could use in order to work on another art form, because she was an art teacher in one of the New York City classes. And so they paid for her to come out and gave her a grant, and she came out to Paducah and did this class and was going to take it back and teach it as a new art form in her classroom.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Well, we're thinking about going this year. We haven't figured out if we are or not. How far away is Paducah from where you are?
Oh, gosh. Probably about a day and a half.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, it's about, I think it's 9 hours. But last time we traveled, we were only coming from Houston. It's a 5-hour drive, and we kept stopping at quilt shops. It took us 13 hours to get home. So I'm a little worried about, if we take this road trip, if we'll ever get to Paducah. So, that's a whole other problem. But yeah, it took us 13 hours to get home from Houston, which was really pathetic. But, it's the journey, right? They say it's the journey. Well, it was really was the journey for us that day. It was so embarrassing. Our families were like, "Where are you?"
Well, it's a stop somewhere.
Yes, well, Oh, goodness. Well, you are so delightful. I would love for you to be part of, we have what we're calling our quilting army, which is, regular people who love to quilt, and that we, as we continue this research and journey, that we chat back with you, and if there's a good adventure, you come with us or whatever. So it'd be fun to keep in touch with you. It'd be really great. We have a Facebook page, so if you want to go connect there, it's called JustWannaQuilt.
Okay.
And you just, then you can post things that you see, or just, you'll see that I post a lot, but everybody else posts too. And if you see something pretty or somebody we should chat with, and just anything, it's kind of just, we're really trying to understand, because here's my strategy, my thought is, all of these things that happen in the quilting industry, the tools, the fancy designers, the quilt shops, all of it, it's all because of us, because we buy the stuff. And so in some way I want to know their story, but I really want to know our stories about why we quilt and what matters to us and how we operate in this world, because I think our voices are really important too. So that's what this project's about.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
So just want to quilt is what
just
you
wanna
said?
Quilt. Yeah, just and then wanna, WANNA. Just wanna quilt. Yeah. Okay. If you put that in, there's two, I messed up, so it's just wanna quilt, and there's one that says 2-lane, but it turns out if you do a Facebook page that says 2-lane, only 2-lane people can join, so I just have a little thing saying, don't join this one, join the other one. I can't get it to, I can't erase it for some reason, so there's two just wanna quilts, but it's both of us, both are us. Okay. So, yeah.
Great. Okay.
So, anything else, your thoughts before we end after this lovely evening of chatting?
Nope, I think that's pretty good.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. I'm so glad Susan put us in touch. This has been such a nice hour. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for asking the questions. I love talking about quilting.
Yeah, well, it was great. There's great stories and really cool. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So this is Elizabeth Townsend Guard. You've been listening to Just Wanna Quilt, a research podcast coming out of Tulane University Law School. We want to hear from you. Join our army, our quilting army. Go to our Facebook page. Suggest people to be interviewed. Suggest yourself to be interviewed. We are excited to hear from you. But most importantly, I hope you get a chance to quilt today.